Imagine.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. And yeah, it's what's up and about. But let's take a look at a few things that we interest us in the papers this morning.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
All right. So let's start from The Guardian. And I like the topic there because it correlates with a lot of things that are happening at this time. Doctors demand salary review before May 29. That's the headline on The Guardian. You know the interesting thing about this, right? So yesterday, I was reading something on British papers where British doctors are migrating to Australia.
Okay, yes, I know I've heard a lot.
Australia is paying at about 2-3 times what doctors are earning in the UK.
Okay.
So the doctors there are migrating in their numbers. In fact, they're expecting that so far they had over 38,000 doctors and nurses, medical professionals who have migrated to Australia. Now, this is what is happening. Now, the UK has put Nigeria and 45 other countries on a red list that they are not receiving medical practitioners from.
From those countries.
And at the same time, the Nigerian lawmakers are proposing a bill.
A bill that
Right?
holds Nigerians,
A bill that would, restrict doctors from
migrating after studying. And I'm like, wow.
We need, okay, I know would have helped. If not, sometime next week, we would need to talk about this because I spoke to someone, a doctor, Olatubi, we're talking about it and all of that. And I'm like, all of this just going around. But would you ever wonder that even in the UK, the level, or they're on strike at different levels, and they're saying that, look, we want more pay. The same thing that the doctors in Nigeria are asking for. So, it blows my mind, all this, the whole merry-go-round and all of that. And doctors are very important. Not only doctors, because nurses also are moving and all of that. And it makes me wonder that everybody, we know they're important. We know they are. But when it comes to lecturers, when it comes to doctors, and they think about it and see what other people are earning because they were elected and all of that, and they're earning so much. These people are vital to the economy. Yeah. They should bump their pay.
Of course, they should definitely bump their pay because it's the situation of life and death. And that's why we have several situations. I mean, in private hospitals, in the year, especially last year as well, we've had a lot of people pass away because, private hospitals refuse to accept patients because they said, oh, you have to pay first and all of that. Do you understand? So a lot of times, because of the low pay when it comes to federal levels, towards doctors, they start their own practice and they decide to bill whatever they want. Do you understand? And that literally also puts people in a very tight situation. Because health is necessary. Do you understand?
It is.
Whether you're rich, you're poor, if you fall sick, you need a doctor. So it is very, very important. But then again, the restriction on doctors moving after their study and restricting them to Nigeria, I don't think that's going to work, to be very honest. I know there are certain professions that actually do that. Like, for instance, like pilots now, for instance.
Okay.
You actually sign with an airline.
Okay.
They can hold you on a bond.
Oh.
Right, for a number of years because they train you.
Okay,
Exactly.
because they train you, so they need to get back some of that
they'll put you on,
investment.
like, a 2 or 3 year bond, some even 5-year bond, right? But then again, the alternative to that is that you have to pay for your training. Maybe pay your training fee.
Your training fee.
Yes.
Okay, so if we're saying that the government wants to, bring, kind of subsidize the fees, medical fees, then they could say something. Okay, if we subsidize medical fees, if you can go and train as a medical student, you go to medical school, go to medical college, you go and train, and then when you are done, maybe for a period of 5 years or so, you will not leave. You have to
that
practice.
Would make sense.
So
it's not what is the offer? What are they offering you to actually stay exactly? Because I will not go to school, train myself to be a doctor. You now tell me I cannot carry the skill I learned and pay for to wherever I want it.
And you see something here. You said something you mentioned that was quite, very poignant there. You said, rich or poor. There are times for those that travel outside the country, the situation might be so, that it might just be an emergency, and before you have time to travel outside of the country, you are quiff. And your money will not help you.
Your money will not help you.
So there is nothing. There is no option to ensuring that our medical sector is revamped, is upgraded, and all of that. A lot of people say, look, Nigerian healthcare should not happen to you.
Of course.
Because when it does, when you go to the hospitals, if you want to be thankful for your life, go to maybe a general hospital or something. Not just that, the way they are treated. We've seen some videos online. There was this guy, I don't remember who put up a video of his friend. He said he was he was outside the word. He was on drip. He was like, look, if this guy should die, he was making threats, which of course are not, they're not okay to make such threats. But you could see the passion, the pain, you know, trying to, and it's, the doctors are, they're not so many. They're tired. I mean, you have doctors on 24-hour, you know, 48-hour on call, and how do you expect the person to, they need to rest. So we really do need to do something when it comes to our medical system and all of that.
Definitely.
Okay, so yeah, let's see if there's any other thing that we can mention here on the paper. Let's do the Daily Trust. That what we can see here is Jais Bank. Let's talk about this one. Jais Bank increased gross profit by 2.3 billion naira in 2022. Why I mentioned Jais Bank? Remember when we had issues with the NIBSS payment system that's talking about the general system that cuts across banks and their networks when it comes to the apps and all of that. There were a few banks, and also with the cash crunch, there were a few banks, Jais, I think there was Hope, that were trending during that period.
During that period, yes.
And that is because they made money available. They were not taking extra charges and all of that. And so a lot of people I know of friends who opened bank accounts in these banks, you know, Islamic banks and all of that. They opened bank accounts there, and maybe they are reaping the fruits of all of that.
Definitely. You even talk about friends. My sister happens to actually be one of those people. And it's funny because her husband actually works in one of our banks that were giving us serious issues. That. He himself told her, see, don't put money inside that account.
Wow.
I'm telling you. Do you understand? And of course, then, I mean, I just came back from Abuja because during this period we were planning my dad's birthday and all of that. So money needed to move around. Then
you travel though. What do you bring back? What do you bring back? He was 70. We hear daddy here. So if you don't bring back something from daddy's birthday, you go back. You got to celebrate it.
And aside that, even some of these online platforms, that's one of the things people take advantage of. The fact that they don't actually, there are no charges for transfers and things like that. They just run their banks and their applications on like a different level. I think other banks should actually debate this kind of system.
They should.
So yes.
So big shout out to the Islamic banks who did so well during this period. All right, that's it. That's it on What's Up and About. And of course, a review of headlines in the dailies. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. The show is just getting started.
Yep.